is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k dirtbags. We're doing back-to-back videos. So much is coming up on the channel, so thank you for clicking on the video. Today, if you clicked on it, it's because of the Callidus Assassin. She is super used nowadays in 10th edition for almost every Imperium army. If you see an Imperium army on the table and you're going to a tournament, most of the time you're going to see Callidus Assassin. I've been running her ever since she came out. I was running her in 9th edition, and now that she's huge in 10th edition, I'm super happy that I actually got to bring her back onto the table. We've been 3D printing a shit ton of Callidus Assassins, actually be giving them out for gifts for a lot of our Patreons that won our Patreon giveaway about a month ago. So if you guys are Patreons, thank you for supporting the channel. I wouldn't be doing this if it wasn't for you guys. We hit our goal of 500. We're already close to 600. Once we get up to 1,000, we're gonna be doing another huge, even bigger giveaway. Beers 40k giveaway, free shit. Thanks to all the Patreons. So if you guys are interested in getting a competitive scene, we have a competitive dirtbag. That's the main one, which is going to be messaging me privately on Discord. We cover lists, ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about anytime. That's the benefit of being a competitive dirtbag. $1 a month to just support the channel. You get first dibs on videos on Patreon. Just to guard, you want to give that little extra effort on the Patreon page. And then Grandmasters, you guys are just ballers. You guys are fucking awesome. You guys get one-on-one treatment. You guys get to talk to me anytime on Discord, and also we get to run ideas and tactics and videos. Most of these video suggestions are from one of our Grandmasters on the Dirtbag page. So if you guys want to get your voices heard, head over to there and support us, and we'll make some videos for you guys. So let's get into the video. We have our girl Callidus Assassin. There's a lot of 3D models up on Etsy if you guys want to go over there. If you know a 3D printer, they'll definitely help you out with that, or you just buy it. Support Games Workshop if you want. They make a cool game, I hear. But Callidus Assassin, really cool model, super skinny, super easy to hide unless her hair is like super tall in most of your terrain. But she's really good. That's the whole point of me making this video. She won the toss-up between her and Cypher. Cypher is a bitch boy compared to her, but you can bring her in any Imperium army. Cypher, you can only bring Chaos Space Marine. So we're gonna do a whole video dedicated to the Callidus Assassin. Ideas, tactics, everything you need to know about her. So first off, she is 115 points. If you guys are Grey Knights, you probably like my channel. You know that we already use her. She should be in almost every single Grey Knight list if you can afford her, which you should. When you make your list, scroll down, allied units, Callidus Assassin, make your list. That's what I suggest. So what does she do? Why is she so good? First off, let's go to the right. She has the one thing which is the main reason why we're going to be using her is the the Reign of Confusion ability. The Reign of Confusion does an extra stratagem, extra CP to use a stratagem that the opponent just used. If you are watching this, you're going to be facing her. If you're playing her, you need to know which stratagems to use on your opponent. So think about the armies that you're playing. Example, Grey Knights, Custodes, Knights, Sisters, like anybody that's a part of the Imperium can bring the Assassin. So what are some stratagems that your opponents can be using to try and screw you over? There's a lot of stratagems out there that -1 AP to attacks, extra movement in the movement phase like Phantasm, getting the fuck out of dodge from Grey Knights, coming within 3 inches for Grey Knights, coming back onto the table within certain range. There's a whole wider range. Fall back in charge with Chaos Space Marine. Fight first. Bring a guy back. Like there's so many stratagems out there that you have to look at your opponent's stratagem card before the game. Hey, let me see that card. You look at all the stratagems. Ask your opponent which one of these, or all of them, which one of these do you use the most during the game, and what does it do? They'll explain it to you. They'll say, these are my 3 best stratagems. They're all 1 CP, yada, yada, yada. You might do it on a 2 CP stratagem. There's a lot of characters out there that do free stratagems, like Tank Assault, Tank Shock, Countercharge, Fight First, fucking Custodes. So any of these stratagems that you know they're going to be using multiple times, especially because they're free and they have captains, you can then spend your strat to then make it cost at least 1. if they do it. If they have a Knight's army and they're using like a Lantern Knight or a Rex or whatever it may be, they get to charge in, do a free stratagem, which is most of the time going to be tank assault, tank shock, and then they do tank shock. Now they still have to spend 1 CP even though it's free. So it's free plus 1 CP. So knowing which one to do it for your Callidus is going to be huge throughout the game. That's just my intent on what you're going to be doing. I played Eldar and I used it against the wrong stratagem. I should have waited till he did Phantasm, because Phantasm is one of the best fucking things, especially with Wraith Knights, that Eldar has. They basically just get to move at the end of your movement phase. They get to move 1 unit 7 inches away. So if you bring in guys from reserves to try and melt it down their Wraith Knight, they just spend 1 CP and then they move 7 inches away. Now you're out of melter range. So you lose that extra 2 to 4 damage from your melta guns. Let's say coming in from deep strike, you deep strike within 9 inches. They then spend one CP. They move 7 inches away. Now you have like a 16-inch charge. Cool. So knowing what to use your stratagem on is going to help you throughout the game. Because if they have to spend 2 CP for that Phantasm, it's going to burn them dry with CP, and they might not even want to do it. It's great for Overwatch. If you're playing Grey Knights and you're going against Knights, you might want to just do it on Overwatch, because we're going to be teleporting all over the table. And if they have a lot of Overwatch units that they kill you with, you just spend 1 CP when they Overwatch the first time. Now every time they do it again, it's going to cost 2 CP. Grey Knights, that's usually going to be the most one you're going to use it for, is that Overwatch strat. So it's going to burn at least 4 extra CP for them, because they're going to do it once per turn. So that is huge. That's her main thing, is the extra CP strat. So knowing how to play against it, knowing how to play with her. Now, the best part about that is she can do that off the table. It doesn't say she has to be on the table to do it, and you're able to do abilities off the table now. So if she's off the table in Deep Strike, she's able to be safe, as well as waiting until they spend that CP strat. So she's really hard to kill and deny this ability, even if you're going against her. You're like, all right, where's your assassin? How do I kill her? If they start them on the table, you could just deep strike and use your Vortex of Doom to kill her, which would be dumb on your opponent. But if you're going against a good opponent and they put her into deep strike, then you just can't kill her. You're just gonna have to take it to the face and know that you're gonna spend 2 CP on one of your stratagems. So that's what's tough about the Grey Knights, is you can't deal with it. You're gonna have to face it. So that's one way. But it's really cool, because if you want to hold her off till you get a really good secondary, let's say behind enemy lines, engage, do actions, steal, inject, whatever it may be, you can use her when you need her. So you use her for her ability in Deep Strike, and then when you need her to come on the table, she can then come on the table by turn 3, and then next turn she gets picked back up, go somewhere on the other side of the table, and then do it again. Let's go over that ability. So that was the first part. That was her Reign of Confusion. Part 2 is going to be the Polymorph. Now, we already, as Grey Knights, have fucking Teleport Assault all over the place. We have First to the Fray. We have Teleport Assault. We have go back into reserves with our 1 CP strat. We have Sigil. Like, we have so many ways to get across the table. I'm going to do a whole video on the movement shenanigans. But with Polymorph, it's an additional Teleport Assault. Right, so if you're not playing Grey Knights, you at least gain Teleport Assault with this fucking ability if you're using her. Every single turn, at the end of your opponent's turn, she can then get picked up and put anywhere on the table outside 9 inches from the opponent. So let's say she comes down, does an action on your turn. At the end of your opponent's turn, they're done their turn. You then pick her back up because you're done the action. You don't need her anywhere on the side of the table anymore. You then have her in reserves for when you pick your secondary. You then pick your secondary behind enemy lines. Great. Guess where she's going? Behind enemy lines, right? Let's say she survives. She's all the way in the corner. You can't see her. She's not really doing much. At the end of opponent's turn, you pick her back up, pick another secondary. Oh shit, it's engage on all fronts. You're going back exactly where the fuck you were. Now I got engaged on all fronts for 1 model. So she does so much for secondaries for us, especially Grey Knights, because we don't have a lot of units, and our units are so fucking expensive. She's going to be able to kind of move all over the place, all over the table, just like your Grey Knights are. She can be supported by your Grey Knights. If you put her like right behind your unit, she's able to kind of snipe out a character, do a couple extra wounds to that character with an AP2 weapon, ignoring cover. Oh no, it doesn't ignore it. It's just precision, turret, anti-infantry 2+, AP2 though, which is really good. So D6 shots, auto hitting, AP2, doing extra shots to help out your Libby kill off that character. So Libby comes down, does some mortal wounds, precision. Let's say you do 3 damage. Great. Now my assassin's going to come in, auto hit, and do that extra 1 damage to kill your character. Awesome, worth it. Assassin just made up her points. And it's 12-inch range too, which is pretty cool. Anti-infantry 2+, you're going to wound on 2s, which is amazing. So she does that really good, helping support your other characters that are trying to kill characters. And then in melee, she's able to kind of get into melee with another unit, so she really helps go into other units and then charge and kill a character on the charge. Now make sure that they don't have fight first. If they fight first, they're probably going to kill your assassin, but you also have fight first, which is another ability what makes her so well. So she has a fight first ability. If they try and come within, she comes in with a 9 or outside 9, she does her action, they then move up. Let's say they can't see her because she's behind a wall, and then they charge her. She at least can still fight, potentially killing a character before she dies, because she has fight first. So as a defender, you always get to fight before your opponent if you have the fight first keyword. She's lone operative, can't be shot outside of 12 inches. She's infiltrator. She can start on the table ahead of time to get, a secondary, a primary, whatever it may be. She can start somewhere, block out the backfield on the top left objective, and then let's say your opponent, after the end of turn 1, you need her somewhere else. You then just pick her up and then move her somewhere else. Doesn't matter what turn it is. It's just turn 1, you can do it. It just says pick her up at the end of the movement phase. So she's a lot of flexibility, a lot of extra core rules that you're able to use with her. She's just an all-around really good secondary character. So also, I didn't mention this, but the phase sword and poison blades, it's lethal hits. So 6's auto wound and precision, which is already built in. But the kicker is the AP4. The AP4 is very rare in the game. So AP4 is going to have a 2-up to a 6-up, 3-up to no save, or have their 5-up invuln save, or 4-up invuln save, whatever comes first. So the AP4, even on tanks, she went into a little armor girl, the one video I posted up on YouTube. She actually hit 5 times, and I think 3 or 4 of them were 6s. Like I just rolled 6s, so it did fucking 8 damage. It might have been 6. It might have been 3 auto wounding, lethal hit, AP4 weapons. So they didn't even have a save. So I just did 6 fucking damage to a little knight because I had fight first. So every single time we stayed in combat, I just kept fighting them, and I made all my 4 saves most of the game. So it was just super funny being able to do just no save, fucking phase sword right through the legs of the armor. It was clutch. It was so cool. So those are the 2 main abilities. She has a 4-up invuln save. She is really easy to kill. Any assassin that you see on the table, besides if you're a psyker going against a psychic assassin, but they only have a 4-up save. So if you have any multi-damage weapons going into her, she most likely is going to die. That's why you have to be very careful with her. If you don't have to start on the table, don't start on the table. Use her ability, and then you can use her more aggressively. Once she uses her ability, she made up her points. You're spending basically 100 points you're essentially spending 50 points, I would say, for the ability, 65 points for the model. So 50 points to use the Reign of Confusion, and then an extra 50 points or 65 points to actually use the model and get secondary. So I think that's a really good trade. If I only spent 50 points, say, hey, that extra stratagem is good. So all that tied into one. It's a lot to think about with just one specific character, but seeing her on the table and across the table going against her is super, super annoying for you and your opponent. So only make it fair. If they have one, you should have one. If you don't have one, you better have fucking chaos and bring a cipher. So let me know if I missed anything with this, but I definitely wanted to make a quick video on why the Callidus Assassin is on almost every single list. And her lore, any of the Assassin's lore is really cool. If you want to look up the lore, there's a lot of videos on YouTube to just listen to what the assassins do. This assassin, I think, was one of the ones that killed Conrad Curse in all of his books and the Night Lord's books. So taking that to heart and using her, even though I love Conrad Curse, is cool. So the lore behind these guys are really awesome as well. So let me know in the comments below if I missed anything. If there's anything that you like that you use her, any strategies, tactics, any tips, you can definitely post in the comments below or head over to Discord. And if you guys do like these videos, you want more of these videos to come out, we're doing a shit ton of them coming up. All these videos are coming up first on Patreon. That's what the Patreon's advantages are. Thank you to all my Patreons supporting me. That's how we're able to do all these videos so fast. So videos coming up. List building ideas for 10th. Movement phase for Grey Knights. Movement phase tactics. Best Grey Knight units, or best Chaos Space Marine units, points versus value. It's going to be tough to do for Grey Knights. Ally units, filling gaps and points. Best Grey Knight allies. Cypher vs. Callidus. Callidus strats and best tactics for her. Grey Knights versus armor, sad face. And charge phase, new stratagems. So those are all the videos coming up on the channel. Again, first on Patreon, next on YouTube. So thanks for everybody clicking on the video. Let me know in the comments below if you want more of stuff like this for short, quick how-to videos. If you guys are Patreons, give me some suggestions up on Discord so that way we can make more videos for you guys. And I appreciate it. Good luck, and we'll see you in another video soon.